What's up, Amazon sellers? As Winston Churchill once said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, and that is why today I'm going to be sharing with you what I did in my second quarter, Q2 2021, on my road to 1 million. I'm going to give you an update on that challenge. So stay tuned. Hi guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I'm an Amazon arbitrage seller for the last 4 years right now, selling in the UK on the road to 1 million, and also as well started recently in the USA. Now I'm releasing videos all the time talking about Amazon, my journey and everything that I'm learning to help me grow my business, but also sharing that with you. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, do hit the like button, and hey, do hit the subscribe button down below. That is just going to let you know when I release more content that's going to help scale your business. But hey, enough about me. What are we going to be going through today? Well, first things first, number one, I'm going to give you a quick recap on the £1 million challenge. Number two, I'm going to talk about how much I made in Q2 and my profits. And then number three, I'm going to talk about some things that have happened, particularly the good things, and then share that with you. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, number one, the recap on my road to 1 million, or the £1 million challenge. Now, you might be asking why I'm releasing this in August. Well, basically it takes time to finalize my accounts, to do the accounting side, and then also to get the figures right. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So there's a bit of a delay, not straight away. So you might be asking, what is this £1 million challenge that I've set myself? Well, quite simply, it's the goal of achieving £1 million in revenue by the end of 2021. Now, I started the challenge back in Q3 2020, and from that I gave, should we say, quarterly updates of my progress along the challenge throughout this YouTube channel, and obviously documented my learnings as well. Now, let me give you an update on how my results are so far in regards to the challenge for the end of Q2 2021. Now, before I start to give you an update on that Q2 2021, let me first give you a quick recap of Q1 2021 and talk about that. So first things first, Q1 2021 was a really good quarter. I really enjoyed it. And that was quite simply because my forecasted profit, which included my salary, by the way, which was 18,144, but I actually made 19,103 in actual profit. So, well, hey, absolutely smashed that profit goal. Now, this was a great result for my Amazon business. Why? Because Q4 is usually where you make all your money, but hey, I outperformed in Q1 and I was super happy about that. So really, really happy with that. Now, the one thing which I will say is if you want to know more about my Q1, how that was, I will drop a link to a video up here where you can check it out, forecasting the results, everything about that, and check that out. That would be quite helpful. Now, you might be asking the question, well, what about Q2? Well, don't worry, that is today what I'm going to go through. Quick question for you guys before I jump into my Q2 results. What are your goals in your Amazon business? Let me know in the comments down below. Is it financial freedom? Do you want to make $1 million? Do you want to buy a Lamborghini? I don't know. Tell me, let me know in the comments down below. Right, that now leads me on to chapter 2, how much I made in quarter 2 2021. Now, let me show you how much I made during this quarter, and first things first, what I want to do is jump on the computer. So let me jump on the computer, show you an overlay of everything that my accounts, or summarize where we've done them. I'll talk you through. So let's jump on the computer now. Okay, so here we are on the results right now. Now, quite simply, in a previous video, I've done all the forecasting. So here's my forecast I'm currently showing. And what I'll do is I'll kind of make them seen throughout this journey. So we talked off revenue. April, we're looking about 67K, May 72, June going up to 78, obviously growing every month. We're reinvesting profits. Happy with that. Net profits looking about 5K, 5.8 and 6.52. Now that is net profits, everything. So with the exception of the corporation tax, but it's basically net profits. In here as well, what I will say is you might look at like my GP includes prep. So there's no prep in here because it's in the actual cost of goods. We just put it into the cost of goods. So, and then we've got like payroll, other, my payroll, and then cashback, for example. So let's go through now and break it down. So starting off, if I undo this, Here we've got, you can see first of all the revenue. We wanted to do 67.75, we did 66.5. Happy with that, that was a good result. GP is lower, we want to be getting 12.9, but I did talk about this. I did actually overestimate my GP when I wrote the forecasting, but we'll keep it in. We actually achieved 11.75. Kind of ROI, you're talking probably 24%, let's put it about that. Payroll came out a little bit higher. Again, I've been hiring more staff than I originally budgeted for, so that's gone up. And then other costs are a bit lower. My cost, I've actually taken less money in this just because I haven't needed it. I've had, should we say, cashbacks from previous months. I haven't needed as much money, so I'm not taking as much out of the business because I'd much rather see it invested in because I think there's a great opportunity coming up. Now, also in regards to that cashback here, you've got that money there. So we haven't done as well on cashback, and we've really struggled with complete savings. That was one of the really strategic plans that we did, just didn't work, really struggled with it. And they also, delivery deals is another one that didn't work either. So net result is we thought we'd do 5.2, we actually did 4.3. So not as great, but certainly, generally the ROI and some increased costs in there that actually had an impact. So let's open up May. Now, May was a really interesting month. Why? Because I'll show you and you're going to go, what the hell happened? So revenue-wise, we thought we'd do 72. We did 158. Yes, £158,000. That's like crazy. Now, the thing I want to really share with you here is we thought forecast would do 12.9, but we did 5.81. What does that mean? It means we sold a lot of products way below the price we'd expected to. Why? Restock limits. The restock limits came in Amazon. I've talked about it in the past. We had it basically whereby Amazon said at your current restock limits and the volume you're selling, you are only going to be able to start selling again in 3 months. You just had so much stock, so we had to clear it. And as a result, we cleared it down super aggressively. We doubled our revenue, but obviously we made a lot less profit from that. Now, also as well, we had payroll costs because actually we had bonus payouts in the previous months and even more staff that we've hired. So it's had a big impact there. Again, I haven't taken as much money. I haven't needed it from the business. And then the cashback has increased, not so much, but overall, yeah, we still didn't even eat the revenue. We didn't eat the net profit targets that we wanted to, even though we doubled the revenue. Why? Restock limits just completely ruined us. So the amount of work we had to do for that amount of money was like, whoa. But we've learned from it, we're thinking about it, but it does have an impact. Revenue went through the roof, gross profits next to nothing or very little, and net profits much, much lower. Let's jump over to June. Now, June, we continued that trend of selling through stock, and you can see it right here that we actually did 1,228,000, which is 128,000, sorry, and then gross profits of 4.7. So better than the previous month, but still not where we wanted to get them to. Now, obviously you got increases in costs, payroll costs, we've had to include that. I've been hiring more than I wanted to. Why? Because I'm doing this business in 2 hours a week, and don't get me wrong, while I'm quite happy, should we say, of course I want to make the money, but I'd rather pay a bit extra money and have an increased cost with extra labor, i.e. VAs, than actually having to work more hours. So 2 hours a week, I'm super happy with that. Now we've got other costs here that have actually increased that have come in. I don't really remember what they are. I think there's something like accountancy fees and other fees we have to put in, big costs. And then also as well, like my fees and then cashback, for example. And then finally, we wanted to make 6.5 and we actually came out 4.444. So very interesting there, not as much. Now let's have a look at the overall. What did we achieve? Now in the business, you can see here, the actual result was way over. We did 135,000 over budget, which is 166% more. Really great result in sales, but revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, really aware of that. Unfortunately, we made very close to the GP, but obviously percentage way off. We were down 50% pretty much on what we were looking to achieve. Now, payroll costs increased. Remember, I'd hired more VAs than I originally planned for against the original budgets. Also as well, other costs increased slightly. My costs decreased quite dramatically. I just didn't need the money. There's no point taking it out of the business and paying yourself it. It's just going to be tax liability. Perhaps maybe take it at the end through a dividend payment. Right now, not needing it. And then finally, cashback really down. Now we thought we'd do 17,600, only did 13,829. So quite a big decrease, about nearly $4,000 down, and that has obviously had an impact. How does that affect the total profit if you include my salary? Let's put it in now. So I forecasted that I was going to be doing about 7,368, including my salary plus net profits, but we only actually achieved 5,346. Now, why? Well, quite simply because we had a lot more costs. With the increased shipping costs, everything associated with just doing more volume through Amazon has an impact. So quite simply, what we've been doing is clearing the stock down, restock limits, getting that shifted, and we've still been making money, but maybe not as much as I'd like to. So certainly an interesting month. I haven't been as profitable as the previous months, but this quarter I'm still quite happy with. We've learned a lot, and the one big thing I'm really pleased with is that the business is still going. When that restock limit kicked in, and we had literally 3 months where we forecasted we couldn't buy anything for 3 months or ship for 3 months, that was a worry. But now the business is still running, we're still shipping in, and I'm happy with that. And hey, Amazon is ups and downs. Now, I talked about it earlier, and I'll say it again, the restock limits really affected us. I think at one point we had something like £20,000 worth of stock ready to be shipped into the warehouse when Amazon said, sorry, you can't do it. Now, obviously, what did I say? Well, that led us to reduce our prices to clear down space in Amazon's inventory, and as a result, get the stock from the warehouse into Amazon's warehouses. So that was something that was really important to us. As a result, we increased our revenue, but obviously our profits were not. I think there was a week where we made like £75,000 in sales, but that was crazy. But I had to tell my team to stop sourcing, stop buying, so that had a real problem. Now, should we say from us in our regards to the business, what did we do? We fundamentally changed our business strategy as a result of the restock limits. Prior, or should we say before the restock limits, we were doing the typical vanilla arbitrage, £3 profit, 30% ROI, but also what we do now is we actually, or should we say we were obviously holding about 90 days worth of stock. That was the kind of plan, 3 months, very vanilla ROI, but now we have actually changed that and we've actually reduced it down to 20% profit, or should we say 20% ROI, and also really considering the velocity of sales of a deal. Basically, we are looking for faster selling items that we can sell. So should we say, to summarize the new business model that we're working on, 20% ROI and aiming to sell products quicker, because we need to shift the stock to ensure that we're not holding it in Amazon's FBA warehouses. And by doing this, obviously we can maintain, should we say, our restock limits whilst still achieving profits. But profit per item is obviously going to be less because lower ROI. Now, if you want to know more about the restock limits, what I'll do is I'll drop a video up here that's going to help you out, so do check that out. Now, don't get me wrong, yes, we haven't reached our actual profit goals for Q2, but hey, this is still a good job. Now, as you can see, we've encountered big challenges and had to implement big changes in our business, which has been hard, but still managing to make profits and the Amazon business surviving, even when I know a lot of other sellers have decided to leave the Amazon marketplace because of the restock limits. Now, that is something that, it's been a real shame to see, but business is business and we have to adapt or die, and we've had to adapt. So in my case, we are still in the game, we have adapted. Now, it is mindset in my Amazon business, and it is, it is a small failure of achieving the profits, but this is just part of the bigger goal to reach £1 million in revenue. And at the end of the day, if I make less profit than maybe I forecasted, but I keep smashing it, my business is growing, I am really happy with that. Now, of course, there are still good things that have happened to me in my business, but I think at the end of the day, the business has survived what has been quite a big impact with the restock limits. So really happy with that. Now, one of the things that has happened in Amazon is the change from being able to buy a product and, should we say, ship it in and sit on it. Now it's more about using Amazon fulfillment centers for fulfillment rather than storage. What does that mean? Well, that basically means that we're now going to be finding more deals, looking for more leads more often and buying them. So what does that mean for you about the restock limits? Well, quite simply, it means that we're going to have to be buying and selling more now, not just sitting on them, because Amazon won't let that happen in their warehouses. So what does that mean? It means you're going to need more leads. So if you are looking for leads, want to know more about the leads, look no further than FastTrackFBA Leads. This is the service that I created, whereby we've got a team of VAs in the US and in the UK looking for deals 7 days a week. And what do? They put them onto our web platform. You see every single deal, not 5, not 10, not 15, every single deal that they find that day, live as they come in. They're shared to everyone. but we hide some certain information, and then you get to review the stats, and when you're ready, you get to unlock that deal and get the supplier URL and the ASIN, and obviously you can then go and buy the products. We do limit the number of people who actually get access to the deals, and we have a great system that works really efficiently. It's just going to make sure that you only get the deals that you want when you want them and no one else does. So check out FastTrackFBA leads down below. Trust me, it's completely unique in the world of Amazon arbitrage leads. Now that leads me nicely onto chapter 3. What are the good things that have happened, obviously, during this quarter? Well, look, even though we've managed to clear down stocks, we've still managed to achieve a profit. And that is better than nothing or even a loss, so I'm happy with that. Number 2, I've also had, should we say, a new sourcing VA in my team. I've talked about it, we've grown the team way more than we've budgeted for. You saw that in my figures, and that's had an increase in the results that they've been getting. Now, number 3, we're also developing our business model. Should we say, one thing we're doing is now every Friday, we're getting feedback from our team and suggestions on a group call. We're trying to facilitate learning and understanding about what's really working in the sourcing and what's not, so we can improve and get better. Now, number 4 is, should we say, in June, we managed to increase our revenue, should we say, massively in comparison to what the revenue was prior. Obviously, this is the result of the restock limits and how we had to change, but this is great because what does it mean? It means we're going to get nearer to our £1 million challenge. But what I will say, and what I'm sure you are all very well aware of, is that revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. It doesn't matter about revenue. Anyone can do $1 million, but can you do $1 million profitably? That's the challenge, and that's what we should all be thinking about. So aside from my £1 million challenge as well, I'm also now selling on Amazon USA, which is I started in Q2, super excited about that. And also as well, we made our first $1,000 in sales, and guess what? We made it with a 60% ROI, yes! And that includes prep, so really, really happy with that. Right, what I will say is managing an Amazon business is hard. Oh my God, I can't deny that, but for me, look, I'm still enjoying this process of, reaching my goals, 1 million in the UK, and, hey, I've still got my Amazon USA business now, which we recently started. But the bottom line is we are still making profits, and we're still growing towards our business, and hey, my God, I get to enjoy the wonders of Mexico, traveling the world, and living my best life. So still enjoying it, and I hope you are too. Now, what I will say is Q2 was a super challenging quarter, and it was like for most Amazon sellers, with the restock limits. Now, if you want to know more about the restocking limits, what I will do is drop a video around here which talks about what I've done, what other sellers have done to overcome this, so do check out that video. But hopefully you've liked this video, give me a big thumbs up, and hey, if you want to see more videos like this, maybe where I break down, do hit that subscribe button down below, and obviously I will keep you updated when it happens. But for me, Thomas Parkinson, FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.